We're really excited to be able to introduce a new product to our audience today. And so joined with me today is the CEO and co-founder of a product known as Review Pro. So let's do an introduction for the audiences. Will you let them know your name? Tell us a little bit about the product.
Yeah, my name is Chirag Patel. The product is my Review Pro .ai, and what this product does is actually helps with Google business profiles and optimization to help accelerate the search that a local business can have within their local market.
Okay, and so what are you finding as you guys have launched the product? Where are you finding in certain industries that there's definitely a need and you're meeting the need?
Yeah, so I mean, the greatest thing about this is every industry that is looking at their Google business profile and like their Google presence, their reputation as a forte, like that's every industry. So I've seen it in the nonprofit sector, I've seen it in the healthcare sector, I've seen it in home services, typical mom and pop pizza shops, like anybody that has a reputation that may have been destroyed by one or few reviews that they can't get a large amount of good reviews out of. It's helped them being able to accelerate going from like a 3.7 into the like mid fours, or even industries that are starting out where they have very few reviews, but they have maybe five-star reviews. They can accelerate that to 100 to 200 reviews within a short period of time to maintain a high score and high rating.
And I think the timing in which you guys are also being released, since our audience tends to be very data-driven, then it's important to note that there's been a lot of changes as it relates to being able to capture the feedback for stars. And so you actually introduced a term to me the other day. You used the expression that it maps back. Can you share with our audience, when you say that the Review Pro maps back, what would you describe that to be?
Well, so what it allows, it's essentially what it allows to happen is where the clients that are, or the patrons that are utilizing the review system and we're looking to get these reviews from, it actually allows the business to capture those reviews relatively quickly and bring it back to the fact that it's going to generate organic growth and it's going to be a high level of reviews coming in relatively quickly. So it comes right back to them and it now accelerates their growth on the Google Map Pack, where they are now top search because they've got more reviews, they've got better responses to the reviews, their profile's optimized. So now anybody that goes and searches, this business could have just started 3 months ago, but now they're up there with the best of the best. So really coming back and helping them just accelerate their growth really quickly.
And relatively recently, there's also been changes in terms of the different types of content that can be a contributor into those ratings. And so for some in the audience, they may not know that now the ratings are actually able to look back at things like social media accounts. So if you're a company that hasn't been managing a social media site for a number of years and you don't have that content, such as an Instagram page that then can contribute to the growth of your ratings and boost up your presence in the ratings, then how does Review Pro help those types of customers become competitive?
Well, it is actually going to be able to now touch base with all those different keywords, key searches. We're going to be able to now utilize those, train the AI based off of what has been focused for that company within those different social media sectors. So it allows the collection of all this information where we can take the reviews, put it right onto the website, put it right back onto their social media site, and creates that integration, kind of like you're starting to see that with Instagram. They're tied with Threads, they're tied with Facebook, where you have like a 1, 2, 3 post, whereas the same thing with the review, now it's getting captured in all the different social media components that are tied together.
Right. What about a company that's thinking about, that sounds like a great product for us, and before we talk about pricing, it sounds like a great product for us, but it could just be one more thing for our company or our team to have to manage. How does the product actually reduce the amount of time that people in a company have to spend managing the pages themselves?
Oh, so the greatest thing about it is because of the utilization of AI technology, even the process itself to create the review has been streamlined, right? We found that there's anywhere from 20 to 30% of the people that are looking to put a review are actually putting a review on because to take your time to put, a review for 1 to 3 minutes, like to think of something effectively, most people will just walk away and not do it. With our system, it'll generate the review within 15 to 20 seconds. Now, it'll be out and on the Google review page within that short period of time. On the back end, we train the AI based off of what the business owner would like as if they were responding, and we'll go ahead and have the AI respond within a dynamic time frame, allowing the responses to now accelerate and help them to now get those responses on other social pages. So, AI is really taking a good advantage when it comes to automating a lot of these things, whereas we take a lot of time and that's why social media doesn't really accelerate, because of the amount of time we have to put behind it.
Right.
And it's just like a time consumer. So utilizing AI to put that into an automated process really helps any business now kind of just streamline what they're trying.
And what if you're the type of business where you'd love to be able to allow AI to be involved, but you're a little cautious at first, and because you've been managing your page for so long on your own, you want to be able to be a little bit more conservative and not allow AI just to automate all those responses. What kind of a feature does Review Pro offer for that kind of a customer?
Well, so we actually created a dashboard that allows full access to be able to see like, hey, well, if you want to put a specific review up, or if you want to do the response, you can kind of ease into that. And it's all really based off of the comfortability of the business owner, where some like for me, I'd be like, you know what, go ahead and let it go, because I have to focus on my business. I want to focus on the quality, the service, the clientele that are actually coming in. I don't have to, if I start focusing on all the external marketing and all that, then I lose the quality of service that I'm providing. But then, again, like you mentioned, if there's an opportunity for an ease in, then we have that, right? We can kind of speed up that process or slow it down based on how comfortable the client is.
That's great. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things that would be beneficial is to be able to do a bit of a demo, and we'll let the audience know that because we are at a conference setting, we're not going to have the full capabilities to share with people, but we're going to do a demo for some of the different functionality, the features and capabilities of Review Pro.
Yes, so I'm going to show you a couple of things. So these are basically, we utilize the NFC tap system. So every phone that's been made, I forgot the year since, whatever, but it has a built-in system where you get NFC tap technology. So we also have the QR codes, and we also have live links that we could send. That if you're an online company, if you wanted to send it. Actually, I met a gentleman who has a vending exchange company, and they work in 40 different markets, but they're basically an over-the-phone company. So his question was, what about a live link? Well, we can automate a live link through our CRM system, and it'll basically send it to their phone, and they can actually get a link. But what this is going to do is we're going to tap the card.
And before we do that, I want to lay the groundwork for the audience. So the majority of the followers that we have are from our United States healthcare industry, which means that there's a lot of different providers out there that have reviews of their own, that they're constantly wanting to make sure that their review listing is as high as possible. And in a patient care setting, you may have scenarios where someone is checking in a patient or checking out a patient. And so if you have that type of a business where you're physically having that interaction with your different customers or with your patients, then that's a perfect option that he's going to demonstrate for us, where you have the physical card present in your business storefront area.
Yep, so take the card. Again, you could have a QR code on a placard in the front. It's whoever has that client interaction that's going to be able to say, hey, can you leave us a review? Most people will end up saying, like, yes, I will. In their head, they're like, it's 1 to 3 minutes. We've actually already had one of our nonprofits that have been utilizing this with their veteran community. Within 15 to 20 seconds, the review's posted. So in this scenario, we're going to tap the card, and it's going to come up with a process that allows you to see a happy face and a sad face, basically a good or a bad review. So I'll go over the bad review side first. What this is going to allow is going to be that recapture that's going to allow the business owner to get a second chance with the client, necessarily not having a bad review put out right away. But if that customer would like, there is a link right here that allows them to go ahead straight to the Google review process and still leave the review, because we don't want them to, we don't want to block that. That's part of the thing with Google, is we want to be able to allow that to still happen. So by that time, if I'm a business owner, I want a second chance to be able to win back that customer, so I can send, whether it's a discount or to win them back, right? So now we're going to go over to.
Before you go there, then you were showing some options. So for each different customer that you have, are they able to select what they want those responses to be when they're trying to convert a potential bad review into a good one? Can they customize those?
Yeah, so what this would do is, this is going to give the first, last name, email, phone number, and then it's going to give us some basically how they can improve. So what that's going to do is it's going to come right back to them. We also set up a CRM system for the customer if that's what they want. If they don't have it, we can integrate with their CRM system. But it'll allow us to take that information and then go and customize it based off of what they want. So if they're like, hey, send them a 25% discount, or hey, invite them back in on us, or whatever really that business owner would like to do for that client, then we'll go ahead and help them customize that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what's featured in those little drop-down sections where they can choose which item they might want.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct,
okay.
Yep. And then we're going to go to the positive side. So this is where the insights are. So when there's a positive review, you'll actually see several different options. In this case, it's the specific person. This is for a dentist office that we're working with. And there's the doctor's names. Then it'll basically, what did you do during your visit today? So in this case, it was extractions. Then it'll have another insight. What was it that you liked about it? And let's see, office atmosphere. AI is going to generate a review. Now, with this review, you can go ahead and actually read it, see if it's good. If you want to go ahead and update it yourself, you can change it, but it gives a combination of those things that you experienced and allows AI to create that review for you. As quickly as that, it takes you straight to the review page. I put my 5-star, I tap, and I go ahead and paste. Boom, review is done. Now I can go ahead and click on that, and it'll go ahead and post on the review form.
I want to call out for people that it's not just these types of AI capabilities that are really transforming how people can leave reviews, but I also want to mention that more and more these days, people are not going to direct websites to try to search for the best business in a particular area. More and more you're seeing people choose their favorite mobile instance of an AI, and they go and they search, show me the best dental office in this area. And what the AI does is that then it looks to different sites that are out there to pull back information. When a customer is using Review Pro and you guys are helping contribute to those responses and you're adding more context and you're adding more words for the review, what advantage does it give your customers over the rest of the folks who aren't using your product when it comes to being able to be found?
So what essentially it's doing is it's giving that client the ability to have more of a search whenever it's dynamically being asked for too. So all those keywords are now being tied to that business, right? So as you're starting to see search engine optimization was one thing, now there's generative engine optimization, which is AI optimization. So if anybody's going on ChatGPT to search something, you are now reaching those rankings. So that's tying all the different things, whether it's a blog, it's all these different pieces of material that are out there, media, whatever it is, that's now just slowly creeping you up the ranking. And also what it's going to do is it's going to put, with our dashboard, it allows you to see what your other local businesses that are in your competitive space are doing and how they're doing. So it kind of gives you an edge of hey, I need to do this, I need to step this up a little bit, but you're always going to be ahead of the
Wow, that's great. You just called out the fact that it will actually show you your competition. Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so what it's allowing, what this system was going to allow you to do is it's going to start looking for the local businesses that are in the same category as you, and our dashboard will go ahead and pull that information. It'll show their reviews, it'll show what they're doing locally, so it gives you the opportunity to say well, hey, they're starting to come up, or hey, this is how far up ahead I am. So now you get a full snapshot on the dashboard that we built for the users of MyReviewPro.
That's amazing. And so what are you also finding? You mentioned before when we were talking briefly that if a company's ratings that they have right now are maybe in a 2 or a 3 and they really want to get it up to the 4 or the 5, what kind of advantages do you guys offer them through Review Pro?
So that's one of the biggest reasons why we started this, was there's a lot of businesses that we've gone to or we don't go to, right, because of the review. But they could have the most amazing food, the best service, but it's just a couple of bad reviews that, they may have 15 reviews and they have 3 or 4 bad ones and they just dropped, right? but they could have the best food. You just never know, because you and I probably both will search and be like, I don't know if I'm going to go to 3.5.
Right.
So by utilizing My Review Pro, now they can actually get from 15 to 20 reviews, because of how quickly the reviews are done, to within 3 weeks over 100, 150 reviews. And now they've accelerated from a 3.5 to a 4.2, a 4.3 within a short period of time, and having great reviews, and now giving them a chance to actually start making better revenue, getting organic growth, and getting people back into those businesses versus letting Google be the reason you have to close your doors.
So I think that you've covered so many different features and so many amazing benefits that I can imagine people are thinking, how do I get more information? Because that was a lot that you just covered, and maybe you want to have a demo because you're interested. So I know that you have demo content and you have more about your product offering on your website.
Yes.
Will you let folks know where they can find out more information?
Yes. So please feel free to go to www.myreviewpro.ai. It'll have a great opportunity for you to take a look at the different demo. We can actually pull up your company through the business, your Google business profile, and based off of your reviews, we can actually show you how many 5-star reviews you need to get to a 5.0. Like, we'll be able to do that whole for you. Plus, we're also on Instagram as well, and LinkedIn as well too.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking the time. I appreciate it greatly.
Thank you. Appreciate your time too.
Bye.
Bye.